Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Today we are continuing our study through the book of Ruth, and I'm going to be reading from my Bible, chapter 3 of Ruth today, and we're going to be talking about Ruth chapter 3. It says this: One day Ruth's mother-in-law, Naomi, said to her, "My daughter, I must find a home for you where you will be well provided for. Now Boaz, with whom women you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfume, get dressed in your best clothes, then go down to the threshing floor. But don't let him know that you are there until he is finished eating. When he lies down, note the place where he has been lying. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do." "I will do whatever you say," Ruth answered. So she went down to the threshing floor and did everything her mother-in-law told her. When Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he went over to lie down at the far end of the grain pile. Ruth approached quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night, something startled the man, and he turned, and there was the woman lying at his feet. Let me stop there for a moment. The threshing floor, let's understand the threshing floor. You had the grain which had been cut, and we had talked about that earlier in chapter 1 and 2 of Ruth. Now Boaz is at the threshing floor, and this was usually at the top of a hill, and you would toss the grain up, and then the breeze would blow all the chaff away. And so that's what he was doing here, and then he would do it until the wind died down or he got tired. And what they would do is they would sleep there to protect the grain, so no one would come and steal the grain, okay? So different events we've been to where you needed to protect the sound system or the tent or whatever, you slept there in the tent, the big church tent or where the sound system was and stuff, to protect that. And that's what Boaz was doing here. He was sleeping there to protect the grain after it had been thrashed. And he would put his head toward the pile of grain in the center. And if there was other people there, which usually there was, they would be also there, kind of in a star fashion. Everyone's head would be toward the center, and their feet would be out. And naturally he would have maybe a cover, and that's what he had here. And then Ruth, you're going to see, is going to kind of come and want to share his blanket, okay? So, but there's other people here, usually. It's not just him who's here. Verse 9, "Who are you?" he asked. "I am your servant Ruth," she said. "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are my guardian redeemer of our family." That right there is important to notice, because Ruth has now said, "Spread your garment over me because you're my guardian redeemer." And so she has made known to Boaz that she wants him to fulfill the duty of the guardian redeemer. So anyway, Boaz didn't have to do anything until she asked for it. Okay, and once she asks for it, it's in his court. So let's see what happens. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," he replied. "This kindness is greater than that which you have shown earlier. You have not run after younger men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all that you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character. Although it is true that I am a guardian redeemer of our family, there is another who is more closely related than I. Stay here for the night, and in the morning, if he wants to do his duty as your guardian redeemer, good. Let him redeem you. But if he is not willing, as surely as the Lord lives, I will do it. Lie here until morning." So at this point, Boaz has taken responsibility. Ruth has said, "I want you to be my guardian redeemer." Boaz has taken responsibility, but he knows there's another guy that's a closer relative. So he's going to address that guy. But Boaz has now taken it into his court. He's going to and he wants to marry Ruth. It's a desire of his. Verse 14, "So she lay at his feet until morning, but got up before anyone could be recognized, and he said, 'No one must know that a woman came to the threshing floor. You don't think about this, but he said no one must know. He doesn't want the closer relative of the guardian redeemer to know. He wants to kind of, approach him at the gate, like you're going to see in chapter 4, and surprise him and say, Ruth is the guardian redeemer. Do you want to have her? And then, we'll see what happens here. But he wants to keep that secret from him until he's ready to approach it. Okay? He also said, "Bring me the shawl you are wearing and hold it out." When she did so, he poured into it 6 measures of barley and placed the bundle on her. Then he went back to town. When Ruth came to her mother-in-law, Naomi asked, "How did it go, my daughter?" Okay, so she's curious. She wants to know, did it go well? I mean, are you going to be Mrs. Boaz now? She's all curious, and she had kind of set this up. Then she told her everything Boaz had done for her and added, "He gave me these 6 measures of barley, saying, 'Don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed.'" Then Naomi said, "Wait, my daughter, until you find out what happens, for the man will not rest until the matter is settled." Okay? What I want you to see from this is that last verse. It says, verse 18, "Then Naomi said, 'Wait, my daughter, until you find out what happens, for the man will not rest until the matter is settled today.'" When Jesus is after your soul, he doesn't rest until you have made the decision to follow him. And in the same way, it was up to Boaz here, and Naomi knew this. She said, "You wait, because Boaz is going to get this thing fixed up and settled and everything, and you can count on him, and he won't rest until it's settled." And that's the same way when Jesus is pursuing you, when God is pursuing you, you can rest in that he will pursue you until you're saved. Okay? He's not going to give up. Earlier today, I had taught at a church, and we had talked about Mark chapter 2, and if you can go back to previous episodes to Mark chapter 2, the first part of that, where we had talked about the paralytic being healed. Okay, now the paralyzed guy was brought into a crowded house by his 4 friends. He was brought into that house, and the house was covered, but the guys didn't give up. The 4 friends, they didn't give up. They didn't walk to the house and go, "Oh, too bad. I guess we can't do this. Guess you're not going to get healed. Today's not the day." No, they did everything they could. They even went so far as to carry him up onto the roof, bust the roof open, which was some work, and then lower him down through the roof to do that. They were not going to give up. They were going to do something radical to bring their friend to Jesus. And when that friend was lowered down to Jesus, Jesus noticed not the faith of the paralytic. He noticed the faith of those 4 men. Okay? That's what he noticed. And that's what he was like, whoa, these 4 guys have the faith. And that's the faith that was able to heal the paralytic here. Okay? So those 4 friends, they did not give up. They were in pursuit of this man having a relationship with Jesus and being healed by Jesus. In the same way, God will not give up in pursuing a relationship with you. Okay? In the same way, we shouldn't pursue introducing other people to Jesus. Don't give up. Keep on going. Okay? So that's my encouragement for you today. God's in pursuit of you. Don't give up. And let's lead other people to Jesus too, and don't give up in that. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue our journey through the book of Ruth. Blessings.